Welcome everybody to the first drivers press conference of 2025 ahead of the FIA Formula One Australian Grand Prix. Same format as last year, 2 groups of 3. And as you can see, we're joined now by reigning world champion Max Verstappen and the 2 Aussies, Oscar Piastri and Jack Doohan. Very warm welcome to you all. Hope you've had a good winter this weekend. Jack, can we come to you now? Your first home race, a huge moment for you, a huge moment for your family. Just describe your emotions sitting here now.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm super keen just to get on the track. Been so much build up, a long time since we finished in Abu Dhabi. It feels now, so I'm excited to get to tomorrow, FP1 underway, and enjoy actually driving these race cars.
What goals have you set yourself for the weekend?
To enjoy each time I'm on track, because number one, that's why I'm here, because I enjoy what I do, and you know, to work hard with the team, ensure that we extracted everything we could from Bahrain pre-season testing and put that into play for this weekend, and then deliver on track, whatever the car's potential is.
You mentioned the potential of the car. Tell us what you learnt in Bahrain. Same question as I asked Max, really. What sort of shape are you in?
I think it was positive. You know, we got 55 laps more as a team than we did in the previous pre-season testing. The car was reliable. You know, I was comfy in the car. Got to get a good grips. Obviously, Bahrain was strange conditions, not typical temperatures, high winds. So let's see. You know, it's going to be looking super hot, especially for Saturday here. But you know, it's difficult to give you an answer, but we're going to find out very soon for sure.
We are indeed. Good luck. Enjoy it. Thank you. Oscar, coming. Thanks, Oscar. Next one, please. Yep. Nelson.
Question for Jack. How important was it for you to get that Abu Dhabi race under your belt? And since you're part of a big crop of rookie drivers this year, until when are you a rookie? Because there are some drivers who have done a couple of more races as well who are still being called a rookie. So where's the cutoff line there? But mainly, how important was Abu Dhabi for you?
Yeah, Abu Dhabi was important. To be honest, going into Abu Dhabi, you know, there was nerves, and to be honest, I was already, you know, thinking about here this weekend back then, and my sort of feelings have changed quite a lot since then. With so much time to digest that this weekend's going to happen, a lot of off period, and I've become very comfortable and relaxed with what's to come, and it's helped a lot. You know, the team also have been amazing. To aid with that, and to be honest, you know, Abu Dhabi was great just to go through the motions and learn how the weekend goes, actually being in the driver's seat and not from a third point of view. And to answer the rookie question, I don't really know. I guess you know, technically maybe I'm not a rookie after doing the end of last year race, as it's not officially my debut, but I'm sure after a few races you can't be called a rookie. It's a difficult one. I think that depends on anyone's opinion.
So Liam is not a rookie, right?
I wouldn't say so, typically, no. Well, he's raced in 2 different seasons now, right? In a few seasons. I wouldn't officially say that.
Oscar, when did you stop feeling like a rookie in Formula One?
When I signed my contract again yesterday. No, I think you're constantly learning. You know, even now, 2 years in, you know, there's still things you always learn, improve. You know, I'm sure if you ask Lewis and Fernando, it's still the same however many decades later. So I think after the first race or the first couple of races, especially, you know, it's a pretty tough circumstance to have your second race be a home race. But I think once you get some of those big milestones out of the way, you start to feel a bit more comfortable and have a good few results on the board. That always helps the nerves as well.
All right, thank you. Let's go to the next one. Yep.
How optimistic are you that kind of form would enable you to maybe compete for points here?
I think Bahrain was very positive. The feel in the car was good, and it kind of felt like we restarted where we left off at the end of last year when we had those strong results in the last 5-6 races. So it's positive. You know, a lot of speculation and guesses on where the sort of performance is across like all the midfields. I think we'll be in the mix.
How does it feel to have...
Right, another Australian on the grid making his debut.
The elephant in the room, there's been plenty of reporting about Franco's arrival at the team as reserve driver and how you may only have a very short F1 career before you're hopefully not replaced from an Australian point of view. But I'd just like to get your thoughts on, do you feel that extra pressure? Has that been communicated to you? Has that, how do you feel about that, preparing for what could hopefully not be your only home Grand Prix?
Great question. To be honest, kind of similar as Max said before, I haven't been thinking about any of that because, as you all know, I don't. There's no point thinking about rumors or commenting on them. But I have a contract for at least this year, if not more. So I look forward to many home Grand Prix, and the uncertainties, you don't bother worrying about them anyway. I think I have to perform each and every time I'm in the car, regardless if I have one guy chasing my seat. We actually have 4 now. If you didn't realise, we have 4 reserve drivers, so all 4 of them, not just Franco, probably wants my seat, and if not Pierre's as well. And I wanted their seats while I was reserve driver the last 2 years. So I'm going to enjoy, to be honest, every race as it's my last, because I want to enjoy each and every moment as I'm always in the car.
Great answer there from Jack Doohan.
It really was.
Pretty punchy, from quite a punchy question on day 1 of the season from the fellow Australian to ask about the Franco Colapinto situation. And I mean, Jack Doohan making a really valid point. There are 4 reserve drivers in the wings, and there are always going to be rookies and more experienced drivers who are wanting to get back onto this Formula 1 grid. There will be 2 extra seats, of course, next season with the involvement of Cadillac F1. There have been plenty of names linked to those seats. Which ones stand out to you?
Well, everyone's talking about Colton Herta and the possibility of the IndyCar driver coming over and making his Formula 1 bow. I think he'd need a good IndyCar season to set that up with some momentum, but he's been linked heavily. I love Jack's question, and I love the fact that there's been so much talk about Franco Colapinto anyway, but realistically, all of the drivers in the midfield and lower teams are on that sort of thin ice. He's just got a more extreme version of it. If you don't perform, it doesn't matter who you are, if you're a liability to a team midfield and down, you are liable to not make it. Who would have thought a few years ago that Danny Rick wouldn't be on the grid for this Grand Prix? It doesn't matter who your reputation is, it's just obviously slightly more extreme for our old co-host.
It sucks for him, honestly. Coming here for a debut at his home race as well, to have to even bat those questions away. He hasn't turned a wheel this season in competitive order. We saw him in Abu Dhabi, but it was
a test.
It was a test for him, really. So to have those questions based on nothing, some rumours, and obviously Colapinto came in and did an all right job at Williams last year, but it's just horrible for Jack. The way he shuts them up is to do a good job on track, of course, and literally, if he has a good race this weekend, he won't be having the same question in China, I'm sure.
I think we could all hope that Jack Doohan is given the time and the respect and the grace to
also,
to
4 reserve drivers is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
In terms of that midfield then, and you mentioned